About there somewhere?
Yeah.
How hard do we have to throw it at it for it to stay? Alright guys, so we're back with Sam's NP300 Navara, and he's just spent how many weeks worth of paychecks on parts?
Too many.
What do you got? You got Ironman Steel Bullbar?
Yeah.
Over there.
Out of COVID.
What's the intercooler?
PPD, HPD actually.
A fake HPD, PPD intercooler.
Yeah.
How big is it?
I think it's 100 mil. Could be wrong.
How wide? Don't know.
I don't know.
This wide.
It's
About
this
that
wide by that tall, and
Perfect size.
and a winch. So we're installing all this on Sam's NP300 Navara. Hopefully over 2 days. Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
So we're not going to waste time. Let's go. What are these? Why are they so ugly? Why do they need to be right there? That's prime intercooler real estate.
It's free real estate.
Ah, nice.
How easy is that?
So to recap what we just did, worked our way around, pulled off the grill, the bash plate and the bumper. The bumper was held on by a mixture of bolts and clips. To get these clips off, you sort of pull it down a little bit and get a screwdriver in and just pop them and it'll pull the bull bar out. You need to pull this splash guard out from behind the bull bar, the bumper bar, and then pull it backwards so that you can get up in there. The grill was held on by a mixture of really painful push pins that you need to squeeze with your fingers, and you just sort of have to work your way around while pulling out on it so that they don't pull themselves back in. And the grill was just held on by bolts. So now we're here and we're trying to figure out what we need to remove to go further. We're going to try and pull out the intercooler tonight, and then tomorrow we'll try and put the intercooler in. We're also just trying to figure out what the hell these things are, and we're disconnecting the battery so we don't accidentally set off the airbags.
About right.
Alrighty guys, so we got all of the little wind directing panels off. There's the intercooler down there. There's your AC condenser and your radiator behind it. So what we've found is there's 2 bolts over here that hold the intercooler to the chassis. So we're going to undo those, and then down in here there's a hose clamp. If you guys can see that hose clamp right there, we're going to undo that, and then there's another one over on this side. There's another hose clamp just there on the other side. We're going to undo both of those and then pull the intercooler down the bottom. So we just got the intercooler off. These little clips are a pain in the ass, but you just sort of get a screwdriver in behind them and pull them away. Don't pry out the ends like we did, because that's not how you do it.
Oh, no.
So we got the old intercooler out. What's it look like?
Pretty dirty.
It's about the same thickness, I reckon. That's got to be about 100 mil thick. But it's definitely not as big compared to that. It's massive. Is there a bunch of, oh yeah,
Oh no, they're on the top. I was like,
couple
please
souvenirs.
don't be in the intercooler.
It's full of mud.
You hear the ocean?
Yeah.
No way. Are you?
Guys, so we're taking off these intercooler pipes up top on the driver's side. I'm just going to show you how to undo these clamps. So there's a little plastic clip that you got to snap off, and then you get a screwdriver in here. You push down and pop it out. Do the same thing on the other side. Pop it out like that, and then you got to pull them backwards away from the clamp, and that'll open them up. And just like that, we got this one off. So now we're going to figure out which one of these hoses needs to go in with this little insert here. So we're trying to figure out what to do with these. We don't know what these are, but they're in the way, so we need to get rid of them. PPD comes with some pretty shocking instructions. So we're sort of just going with what Tom told us to do, and he said put them behind this. Makes it a little bit tricky because Tom had a manual and this is an auto, so this has the transmission cooler, which means that there's not much room behind there. But we're gonna, there's the brackets that came off here. We're gonna take them, we're gonna cut them up and bend them so that these aren't gonna be just flailing around. They'll have some sort of structure to them. Sam's got his PPE on. Yeah, so we're gonna bend the brackets for that, and then we're gonna get to mounting the intercooler. Alright, so these are the little assemblies that hold whatever those coolant things are, pumps or heaters, I'm not sure what they are. So this is the little bracket for them. This is the driver's side one. So what we're going to do is, if you hold up that one there, you'll see we've cut the sides down them. We're also going to cut down here and then bend this bracket so that they are still held up, but we can push them to where we need.
That's held in like under there.
Yeah, so we're going to cut them and then show you guys what it looks like. Alrighty guys, so this is what we've got. Not sure if you guys can see how close they are. This is an automatic model. So there is this transmission cooler, which is the black one. Then behind that you've got the condenser for the aircon, and then behind that's the radiator. So on manual transmission models there's actually a big gap back here, and it gives you a bit more room to push these back. So if you have the auto, you can fit it, you just have to do a bit of modifying, and it is a bit tight. If you've got the manuals, you can pretty well bend these back as far as you like, and they'll be well and truly out of the way. So that's just something to keep in mind. We're just bumming the old rubber mounts off the old intercooler. We're going to chuck them on the new one.
Okay.
Alright, big cooler going in. Bonk. Yeah, she looked pretty tough.
Fucking big dog, isn't she?
I reckon she's gonna go like blah. Alrighty guys, so I'll just show you guys how these clamps work. So this is the little insert that you put on the driver's side. So you slip this into your silicone hose on this side, and then this bit attaches to the existing hose in the engine bay. So you put him on like that, press it on until it won't go any further. It's a bit hard to do one-handed. And then flick these clips up. And then once they clip in, it can't come off. It's sort of got itself locked into the little recess there. So you can see in that little hole there, if that is in line with where these clamps are, it can't come off, so that's on properly. Alrighty guys, so I did lose the audio for this section, so I'm just going to do a quick voiceover. So you can see we've got the intercooler attached there. We have the silicone hoses, and we've double wrapped them because of a little bit of chafing, and we didn't want to rub through. So the kit was supplied with 2 hard pipes and 5 silicone hoses, which is a little bit strange because you only need 4. And that made it a little bit confusing because there was an extra one. So we found that from the intercooler you attach a 90-degree elbow. Those elbows then attach to a hard pipe on both sides, and both sides, the hard pipes, then have a 45-degree silicone hose. On the passenger side there's a hose clamp that holds it to the intake, and then on the driver's side, on the other side of that silicone hose, you have the little adapter piece. So you put a hose clip or a hose clamp on the silicone hose, and then use the factory style retainer on top of that. So there is a keyway in this. It needs to be on in a certain orientation, so if it's not going on, just clock it, just turn it a little bit around until it clips in, and then get that retaining clip in. If you want better instructions, look up the Plazmaman instructions. They're far better. I'll leave a link for it in the description. So now we're up to putting on the Bullbar bracket and the winch mount. It was fairly straightforward. Everything went on just as you'd expect. You don't really need instructions for this. We did find that the winch definitely was not going to fit with an intercooler this size, which is a bit of a bummer, but we didn't do our research, so we ran into issues like this. If you want a winch, you'll have to run a smaller intercooler or look into different bull bars with bigger mounting positions. Alrighty guys, so we're back again for the 4th day now. Yeah, just doing final touches. The bull bar should be pretty straightforward, we think. We had to give up on the winch. That's not going to fit with an intercooler this size. That's pretty well it. We're going to get this bull bar on and get it done. We just caught some birds.
You're a bit sick, buddy.
This is our new fella.
Just
He's
scared.
going to be on the show from time to time.
Scared the shit out of me, didn't you? Little bugger. Yeah, we hit a fridge pretty hard, didn't you?
So Sam is tackling the bash plate. We got these little side wings on. They're on there. We got to trim these plastic guards. I got the grill on, but the bottom grill support, that little triangle T-piece there, that little T-piece is meant to sit on the latch support that runs vertically down in front of the radiator, and we can't get it on now. There's an intercooler there, so this is about as secure as the grill's going to be.